Thanks for joining into the SEN show on the SCHMOEDOWN Entertainment Network, produced in partnership with Skybound Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey everyone, welcome to another brand new episode of SEN live here on a Monday morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're listening or watching us. We appreciate it madly. Have you recovered from the Oscars? Well, we haven't, and judging from the chat, neither of you. So we're gonna have a lot of fun discussing it today, for sure. A lot of other entertainment news to get into as well. Captain America 4 got a West Side Story teaser trailer that Spielberg dropped on us yesterday as well. Just finished recording my reaction to that. We're going to get into so many things today, and please get ready to send in your Streamlabs, Super Chats, and Schmobots, because we got ourselves a hell of a panel for a Monday, ladies and gentlemen. A hell of a panel. Oh, gotta go. I can't wait for you all to have a little fun today with us. First and foremost, the lovely, talented, and brilliant as hell, Steph Sabraw. How are you, Steph?
What's up? I think that we should all join the academy and have everyone in there replaced.
Oh, right off the bat, Anarchy.
Not everyone, but I think that some replacements are in order, and I nominate us on screen right now.
I'm down for that, absolutely. Someone else who'd probably love to be voting in the academy, Winston A Marshall. How are you, bro?
Look, man, system broken. Ain't no reason to vote no more. Anarchy!
I like that you.
Alex Marzoña. Holy shit.
Why was that so quick?
Couldn't have timed that better, baby.
In the fire, Alex. Literally. Marzoña, how are you, man?
I'm good. This is a live picture of downtown LA as I drove past it last night on my way home. Pretty crazy stuff that happened. We're here to talk about it.
Absolutely. Malcolm Schweitzer, how are you, Malcolm? How did you feel about the Oscars? Did you set everything on fire too?
I skipped the Oscars last night, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a good day.
I think Malcolm's living life right. Malcolm's like, I'm not getting involved in any of this stuff. I'm not watching any of the series. I'm just hitting buttons here, man. I'm just hitting buttons and making sure everything's cool, bro. I'm staying out of it.
Too true.
Respect it, Malcolm. I respect it. But we're going to get into all of that and talk about it. And if you've got some strong words, one way or the other, however you feel about what went down last night, please send in your Streamlabs, Super Chats, and Schmobots. Let's have a little fun. Maybe Steph Sabraw and I can set a goal to sing a song from Tarzan at $5 or $750. We'll set it. Let's see what we get to. And maybe Winston's got a little goal he wants to throw out there as well. He's willing to do. Line up the shots. All right. Alex, shall we jump into it? Shall we do it?
Let's do it. I got my Bong Joon-ho shirt on for today in honor of all the Koreans this year.
That's last year, but whatever. Okay.
Hey, I couldn't get one. Hey, this is the picture I'm getting for next year. This is the shirt.
Yes. Wait, I want one too.
She was amazing.
Sim donated $20. Maybe the producers shouldn't bet that Chadwick Boseman will win the Oscar when they haven't even bribed the accountants to show them the results. Gotta move it to live streaming next year because that ending was catastrophic and shameful for the Academy.
Okay, shall I give this some let's talk about it real quick. Okay. So the 93rd Academy Awards ceremony took place last night at Union Station in downtown Los Angeles to mixed reception in terms of the results and the ceremony itself, but here are some notable things that happened. Daniel Kaluuya and Yeo Jung-yoon nabbed the Best Supporting Actor prizes and our hearts with their memorable speeches, the latter becoming the first Korean actor to win, Chloe Zhao becoming the first woman of color to win Best Director, Mia Neal and Jamaica Wilson were the first Black women to win makeup and hairstyling. Netflix won a total of 7 Oscars and were the lead in that. Frances McDormand won her 3rd Best Actress award and is now only 1 behind Katharine Hepburn. And biggest of all, producers Stacey Sher, Steven Soderbergh, and Jesse Collins gambled and didn't end the ceremony with Best Picture, choosing Best Actor instead to close out in hopes of honoring the late Chadwick Boseman last, which kind of backfired and led to a very odd ending to a very unique Oscars. Rocha, I think they did the best they could. But what did you think of the ceremony overall?
That's because you want to get voted into the Academy, and I respect your political point of view, Alex Marzoña. Me, on the other hand, I'm an old man, and I set everything on fire. So I'll tell you this right off the bat. I was of two minds of it. Of course, half of me was like, I don't know why we're even having these awards. I tweeted this out. It doesn't make sense to me. A lot of the films that were supposed to come out last year didn't. So just to have an award ceremony to honor these people for some of the films that came out, I was just kind of, and with COVID and everything, it just didn't feel like the right time. But the other part of me was like, damn it, this is going to be the most diverse Oscars ever. So many people of color, women of color, men of color nominated for so many different awards. I was excited by that. I was happy by that. Those awards still mean something to so those of us who are still trying to break through and seek representation in a more powerful way in a film industry that hasn't always respected that. So the way it started out, I thought was great. Regina King, how do you not start out? Even someone said it as she walked up. Yes, Queen. I heard it. And I was like, yes, absolutely. This is correct. She delivered a great monologue, got over her stumble, and literal stumble on the stage was brilliant. And some of the show really worked for me, but they messed up so many critical things. The in memoriam thing was such a mess up. I know the Glenn Close thing was cute and all, but and then at the end, that was the really big thing, and I think a lot of people are upset about it. I want to clarify this. Whether Hopkins should have won or not, we might debate that on the show. It was the way the producers kind of staged things to make it seem as if they knew Chadwick Boseman was going to win, and to have it fall so flat on their face, I just don't understand why you take a chance like that. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me at all, and it almost seemed, in my opinion, like the Academy was setting this up so they could kiss their own ass that they were respecting a black actor after he's passed away. And let me throw something out there. 2 white actors have been honored posthumously, Heath Ledger and Peter Finch. Both won when they were nominated after they had passed. A black man like Chadwick Boseman was not, and I find that to be a surprising situation. And some of you may be like, oh, he deserved it. Sometimes it's a popularity contest, ladies and gentlemen, and that I felt last night was where they really dropped the ball. The Academy voters, instead of understanding the moment, understanding what's happening, went with Anthony Hopkins. It's not like going with Chadwick Boseman was not going to be a great choice. He delivered an incredible performance. So you could have gone the other route, and the voters didn't. So I was really, really surprised by that. And the producers deserve the blame for choreographing it this way. Steph, what was your reaction to overall everything that happened to you and that ending last night, the Oscars?
Yeah, I mean, you really nailed a lot of it. I think it was just, not only was Chadwick Boseman's performance, I don't know how you watch it and you don't think there was, we talked about it last night on the World Girls, 2 specific monologues he had, which were some of the greatest delivered monologues I think ever. And that movie was so incredible in general. And you not only have an incredible Oscar-worthy performance in itself, but you have the moment to be met that you just completely missed. And it was, I just don't know how you go into that voting booth and that happens or that happened like that. It is a little bit obscure that as the black actor posthumously nominated doesn't get it. But I do want to comment on some of the really positives of the night, because it actually is such a disadvantage to all of the work that the POC that got nominated and won and had amazing acceptance speeches did in the beginning of the night, that at the end, it's like, how do you not focus on what they did at the end? But I will say you commented on most of them, but there was 4 that really moved me. Mia Neal and Jamaica Wilson. In her speech, she says, because I can picture black trans women standing up here, and Asian sisters and our Latina sisters and our indigenous women. And I know that one day it won't be unusual or groundbreaking. It will just be normal. I think this was so special because it's true. And I also think black women are constantly leading the most important and inclusive conversation in feminism and race in general. And for her to take the time to mention other people when they're just getting their mention is so fucking amazing to watch. So kudos to them. And then Chloe Zhao receiving the award from Bong Joon-ho was just Asian on Asian love that I love to see. And then Daniel Kaluuya's speech really moved me too. I think he's such an excellent speaker. He's such a wordsmith. And the time he's taken with the Hampton family, I saw he was with Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. that night, is so special to watch, and just shining a light on a party that was so disenfranchised, so made to believe that they are a terrorist organization when they were doing God's work literally on the ground. And when he said they taught us the power of union, when they play divide and conquer, we say unite and ascend. And I was like, fuck yeah, Daniel. So those moments to me were so special. Yeah, I just had to bring those.
No, definitely, and that's good. You got to take everything with it when you look at it. Winston, we'll go to you, brother. What did you feel about the overall ceremony and some of these highlights and lowlights of the ceremony itself?
All right, let's start with some positives.
Okay.
Start with some positives.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say, Rocha.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody coming for Glenn Close. All right, that was hilarious. She started twerking her little old ass. I don't give a shit. When she started twerking her little old ass
I
like
know.
Let's go. Yes,
right.
yes, Glenn Close, bring your ass over. She can get it at any time, anywhere. Doesn't matter. That was amazing. So I'm all good with that, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
Especially when she started swearing, because obviously ABC had to worry about that, like their FCC shit. That was amazing. So there's that. I thought that I don't want to mispronounce her name. The woman that won Best Supporting Actress.
Yes.
Who is behind?
Ya Jung Yun.
Ya Jung Young. Okay, her speech was also phenomenal. Her whole I get to meet Brad Pitt, but where did he go? Why is Brad Pitt not here? I literally all I came here for was if I won, I got to meet Brad Pitt. Like that was amazing. Emerald being the first woman to win a screenwriting Oscar in 13 years since Juno. Obviously having our second woman ever to win Best Director, let alone another. She's Chinese, right? If I'm
yes.
Chinese. Okay. But also the first Chinese director to win as well. Am I right on that?
First woman of color in general.
Yeah,
first woman of color, second woman, first Chinese director, like all of that. Phenomenal. All these amazing things that happen throughout the show. So then we get to some of the stuff that sucks. You left both Naya Rivera and Jessica Walter off of the in memoriam.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
huge.
Didn't even
you found
notice.
time, like DMX died the most recent, and I love DMX, but you put DMX up there, but you missed two people that have really had a major impact on film and television in the last couple of decades. That's crazy. People are asking if we saw The Father. I saw The Father. It was fine. I thought it was I can objectively say it's a good movie. It wasn't for me. I can also objectively say that Anthony Hopkins was pretty effing great. But in my opinion, Chadwick walked away with this, with Steven Yeun actually being the second best actor, in my opinion, that should have potentially walked away with this.
Yeah.
But the whole point of it, let's be honest, it is completely subjective. There is no objectivity to this.
No.
But I will tell you what this looked like. This looked like the Seattle Seahawks playing the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Seattle is whooping that ass all game. It's a tight game, but they're whooping that ass all game. You're on the 1 yard line. And instead of giving the ball to the running back that has literally run the league all year and letting him punch it in and win the Super Bowl, you want to go for this, let's make Russell Wilson look good, let him throw the ball, you get intercepted, and you just lost the damn Super Bowl. Yeah. By moving something that has been a staple, by having the best picture be the very last thing, the big prize for the Oscars, moving it 2 awards up, because you're so sure that Chadwick is going to win this award.
You're banking on the Academy voters. You're
Yeah.
banking on the voters to give you this result.
And so to that point, you are literally setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
So whether or not Chadwick deserved it one way or the other, however you feel about that objectively, let's not pretend like this didn't suck the air out of the room, not only because Chadwick didn't get it, and that's what you were building up for, not only because Anthony Hopkins wasn't there to receive it, but then nobody gave a speech on Anthony Hopkins' behalf, so it was like, and the winner is Anthony Hopkins. The award, the Academy accepts this award. Okay, thank you, good night. What?
Right.
Are you shitting me? So that is where I'm saying the Oscars were a disaster. And whether you want to put that on the Academy or the people that produced the show, I don't care. You literally sucked the air out of the room of what was a magical night for a number of different reasons. But if you had just left it as it was, because if this had happened as it normally does, it's Best Actress, Best Actor, then Best Picture, Director, and then Picture. If you had done it that way as it normally goes, then you would have had a situation where, okay, Anthony got it and nobody accepted it. Damn, that sucks, but okay. And then you could still have Best Picture happen and have a whole end of your ceremony. That's the problem. You moved the ceremony for something you thought was going to happen, and it blew up in your fucking face, just like the Seattle Seahawks did to the Patriots.
and to be fair, that you would have ended with people of color on stage. with people of color on stage accepting for Best Picture, you would have at least salvaged some semblance of this in a way, even if you had stumbled at the Best Actor situation. But yeah, it's surprising to me that they gambled on the Academy voters to do the right thing, because that's been the problem over the last 10 years, well, really decades, but certainly over the last 10 years. That Oscars So White campaign was about reinforcing and changing and highlighting the issues going on with some of these people of color who have not been nominated for awards, or their movies not considered for Best Picture or what have you. So this was a movement. You know, the Academy president said, we're bringing in younger people. We're bringing in more people of color. We're bringing in more women because we want representation to be more powerfully felt by the Academy and by the people out there who watch the Oscars. And I think if they hadn't banked on it's phenomenal to me that they thought they could bank on the Academy voters, who have rarely come through with voting for the person that is not white to win the big awards. It is just a surprising situation to see them bank on that. And the way it went down, you're just like, man, what? It's such a colossal gamble to make that really just could have been smarter to just play it safe, let it play out the way it did. You were being so unusual with the Oscar ceremony already. Why take this kind of chance? I do not understand, to me. So I don't know. And look, Soderbergh's an incredible filmmaker. Stacey Sher is an incredible producer. Oh shit, I forget the other gentleman's name.
Jesse Collins.
Sorry, Jesse Collins, certainly being heralded as an incredible producer for award shows, from BET on all these other things that he's done. So you got to give credit where credit's due in terms of the accomplishments of these producers. But this one, they kind of take it on the chin because it was such a phenomenal mistake. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick, it's really funny that people are out here saying it's virtual signaling at its finest. No, it's not. Literally, listen to what we said. Like, as far as this is, again, if you are not sure, because the one thing people don't realize is that, again, the producers don't know. Remember that whole fiasco with La La Land? That reason why that happened is because they're sealed away by this accounting firm that does all that counting.
Yeah.
So they don't know who wins. So to set this up as if you know as a sure thing that Chadwick's going to win, that is the problem. You made your show a disaster banking off of something that you were not sure of. That is where I am. Like, am I upset that Chadwick didn't get it as a person? Yes, but that's my own personal feelings.
Yeah.
But objectively, how can you not look at how the end of this show really just fucked this shit up because they took a gamble? Yeah. That is what this is. That's why most people are genuinely angry. Let's be real here.
Yeah. Especially when you have one of the most apathetic to awards people, Joaquin Phoenix, apathetically just like up there and just kind of, lazing through the nominees and everything, and then it's like, and the winner is this. I guarantee the producers in the booth, panic button, end it now, end it now.
Right. Go.
Yeah. I would hope they would have, had a contingency plan, but it played out the way it played out. It wasn't pretty, but I mean, again, I think the producers did a good job with everything else they could have done. Again, this is a weird year, and of course we get a super weird Oscars. Yeah. So I like it. I get it.
And let's be real here. And you make great points, Alex and Winston and Steph, of course. Let's be real here. The Oscars are not an idealistic place, ladies and gentlemen. So for people virtue signaling, well, then what you're telling is every single time a white person has won, they've legitimately won. There's been no influence, no possible anything. And that's the thing at the end of the day. This could have been a way to kind of balance the scales a little bit, in a way, kind of put things right with a performance that deserved recognition, deserved the award. This wasn't like, oh, we're just going to throw whatever performance in and give it just so we can feel better about ourselves. This is an award that could have legitimately gone to a gentleman who gave his life, sadly lost his life as he was performing and doing the things that he loves. Yes. And it would have been a great way to reward him for that. This isn't about virtue. Don't get idealistic on me, because the Oscars are not an idealistic place. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It is a popularity contest. We've seen the brute who is in prison, Harvey Weinstein, essentially bully voters and buy votes.
Eternals trailer donated $20. I can't wait for the trailer that's coming. Coming soon. From the studio and producer that's been redefining cinema for over a decade with the MCU and over $24 billion at the box office. Academy Award-winning director Chloe Zhao present Marvel's Eternals.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
I
sure.
can't wait.
Steph, we go back to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Rocha,
got some comments. Also, Kaluuya, please talk about that. But yes, go ahead.
Yeah, no, but just like final notes on that. You look at the entire category and who was also nominated. Riz Ahmed, a Muslim, first Muslim to be nominated in the category. Yes. You have Steven Yeun, an Asian American who brought one of the most beautiful Asian American stories to life on screen, and Chadwick Boseman, and then Anthony Hopkins wins,
and the white guy wins.
You can't make this shit up.
But again, I don't
really look at that.
Optics of it.
But again, guys, the only thing I want to counter with, I think everybody that was nominated, they equally could have won. That's not like, let's be real about that. I have no problem with the white guy winning. That's also not the issue. The issue was you set this up for Chadwick. That is the problem. Let's be 100% clear about this. No one gives a shit if the white dude won, because again, look at all the people of color that actually did win across the board. Daniel and Yoon and all that stuff. It's specifically that they set this shit up and it backfired so hard.
Right. But Winston, the two top prizes in acting, the Best Actress and Best Actor, with nominees that were of color in numbers that had not been seen before ever, and they still gave it to the white person. So winning Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress doesn't carry the same power that winning Best Actress or Best Actor does. I get your point. And again, I got no legitimate issue that Hopkins won. I don't, because it was a hell of a performance.
And he's a hell of an actor.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying optics-wise, there was an opportunity here for the Academy to do something, and they can't all of a sudden start acting like they have some, it's some venerable organization that has never been influenced by producers with money one way or the other. That's the thing I'm getting at, is like, you can't play both sides of this. You got to be honest about what you are, which is a popularity contest. And yes, you can reward people for that. But by the same token, you have to understand your responsibility to the world in this moment, and giving the lower categories awards instead of the top categories the awards. I know. I get it. No Man Land won. I get Chloe Zhao won. I'm just saying, acting.
I guess that's the part that it makes it hard for me to really get behind that, because while the two top acting prizes obviously are Best Actor and Best Actress, hair and makeup, which had never been won by a black woman at all, was won.
Good.
We just talked about how the second woman ever, first Chinese director, first woman of color, won for Best Director. Right. You had, again, the first woman to win screenplay in 13 years. You literally saw the Oscars taking those diverse steps, putting in those rules that made it that you would even qualify. Those all were accurately portrayed. And again, I don't give a shit about necessarily, I care because I personally thought Chadwick was better than Andy. That is my personal opinion. But again, overall, you're right. It is a popularity contest. What we have to be careful about, honestly, if across the board, this is what the Oscars were this year, I would be right behind you. I would be like, yes, of course. You're right about that. But to keep saying it's a popularity contest.
Your average Latino donated $21. With the exception of the last 30 minutes, I thought the Oscars programming was a success. To opt to focus on the craft allows the winners to speak, and reduce the fluff and flashy bits was in tune with the times. As a cinephile, I appreciated this. James Slavario donated $20. Coming straight from the Outlaws MCU stereo show. So I only saw maybe 3 movies that were nominated, but I always catch the live update online. Saw the Chadwick thing happen and knew socials would be in a frenzy. I will say congrats to Trent Reznor.
That was dope too. The Trent Reznor one. That was dope.
Soul. Absolutely.
I'm saying is if you keep calling it a popularity contest like that and downplaying it for the white people that won for Best Actor, you have just cut Chloe. Like the same way that the end of the show, Chloe's win and Emerald's win and everybody else's win, because the show ended up going up in flames at the end. You can do the same thing if you keep saying this is just a popularity contest. I can't believe the white people won, when literally the rest of the awards went to people of color.
Yeah, Yeah, but I'm telling you, that's the way I view it, and I don't think it undercuts it. I think it's always been that. I think it's always been that. That's the thing. I always think it's been that. So, but anyway, Steph, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think multiple things can be true at the same time, and we're learning that in life. I think one of the greatest lessons I've learned this year is that multiple truths can be true at the same time. So while I do think that there was huge growth, and seeing Asian women and Black women receive awards makes me so fucking happy and excited to be in this space and in this time of creation. But obviously, there's going to be holes in a system that has all systematically not worked perfectly. And I think like there was a lot of performative notions throughout the night and with any of these Academy Awards. So I didn't think that it was going to necessarily go perfect, but I do think that there was a lot of good. It's kind of just really embarrassing for them how it ended. And I feel like it took like probably Chadwick Boseman's family on a really, really traumatic ride, I am assuming, just because they let it up. If I was a family member watching the entire award, you'd be like, oh, they're doing this because they're going to give it to Chadwick at the end. So I think that I don't know what they're going to do, what the future of the Oscars looks like, but I would appreciate them. I always think honesty and just being upfront and knowing when you fucked up and owning that goes a long fucking way. And especially with POC, I will say we are some of the most forgiving groups of people when
we have to be.
We have to be, but we will when you just own up to fuck shit, which this country can't seem to do in a lot of senses. So imagine if the Oscars went and wrote a letter to everyone and just owned up to it. Hey, this is what we thought was going to happen and it clearly didn't. This is what we're going to be doing to assure this never happens again. And I think that would resonate well.
Yeah, and you make great points, Steph. Absolutely. Winston, too. And you make me think, Winston, for sure, like, oh, well, if I say one thing's a popularity contest, then it's always been a popularity. That's a fair point. It's a fair point to consider. Another part of this, and this is what I think, and Alex, I know we haven't heard from you too much here. I want to go back to you on this, Alex. Yeah. What do you think about them publicizing who voted for what? I think that's the way around this thing. Full transparency. Everybody, every critic who votes, every voter who votes, they have to put down who they voted for, and we, as the audience and the public, get to know who voted for the father, who voted Hopkins over Boseman, who voted for Boseman over Hopkins, who voted. I think that's a way to really kind of solve this once and for all. We can find out who's doing it, who's voting for these things one way or another, and get their reasons why. I think it's not about vilifying them. It's about finding out why. And we need to know who has watched all these movies before they vote? Because a lot of people in the chat are like, have you watched The Father? Well, did you watch Ma Rainey's Black Bottom? Those of you who are saying, have you watched The Father? Because I bet some of you haven't. And I bet some of those people in the Academy didn't either. A black period piece movie, I bet some of them are like, I don't really want to watch this. Especially some of the older ones who maybe gravitated towards Hopkins' performance as a guy that they've watched for decades. And as they're getting older themselves, watching that experience, I bet they found more of an affinity to watch that than Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. So I want to see that explored more. Alex, do you think I'm crazy to want to have full transparency from these voters?
Well, just to go back real quick, Ma Rainey's, like, it is a very up in your face, like, it makes you confront these things that maybe some people didn't want to think about. And so that I think that it was kind of polarizing for a certain section of voters, but I don't think that, disclosing who everyone voted for would work, because it kind of loses that honesty that voters will have when having a little bit of anonymity, to me. And so I think there will be pressure if you're like, you can be outed in that way. If you're like, oh, you voted.
Don't be a voter. Then don't be a voter. I don't know. Go ahead.
That's fair too, but I think, I think that will be lost.
Okay.
I think the big thing here is what we've really come to is that the Oscars, while improving with a lot of the things that they've put out there, I think the big thing that we just have to remember is kind of the same thing that a lot of musicians are having with the Grammys at this point. Stop letting
True.
this be the Bible. Stop letting this be the word. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the bigger award, in my opinion, at least for actors, is the SAG Award, because that is all of your peers making the decision. We think that XYZ person had the top performance. I know a lot of actors that are starting to feel that way. Yeah.
You as an actor, is that like, if you received a SAG award, that would be your view? Like, that would be the most meaningful?
The funny thing is, it's obviously growing up and watching the Oscars as a kid, there's never going to be a part of me that, like, and for anybody, that you're not going to want to think that. And they still promote Academy Award winning. They don't promote, you know, SAG Award winning whenever they put it in the trailers and stuff like that. So I'm not going to pretend like the Oscars still don't have weight and gravitas. But I am saying that, like, when I directly think of it, I do think about for acting, I do think about the SAG Award. Like, if the SAG Award for me is like right at like a 10, then the Oscars at like a 9.5. And I think trying to keep that in your mind is the thing that can kind of help you push in that particular regard. Because, like, I think the other thing that happens with the Oscars is, like, obviously various people can be on that board, but you are voting for categories that are outside of your field and your scope. You're on that maybe because you were like a makeup artist for like 30 plus years and et cetera, and you're there, or you were a producer for 30 plus years, or you were an actor. So you may not necessarily have the best, like, way to look at acting or directing or producing or makeup, because you didn't do, that wasn't your job. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that it is the important thing to remember, and above all else, the people in your field that revere you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, I have loved the Oscars. I mean, this is the first Oscars where I was really just kind of like not even sure I wanted to watch. And that's the first time in like 30 something years, 40 something years, I've not wanted to watch it. And I watched it, but it's like with this kind of a weird look on my face the whole time. But I have started to move away from that. Winston, I agree with you. I think in my mind, it doesn't carry the prestige that it used to. And I think we're going to get those ratings numbers. They're going to be in the tank. I think a lot of people have turned away from this idea of watching people give themselves trinkets and awards. I think people are moving past that. And I think what signifies anything is your box office. What signifies anything is your talent as you watch the different movies these actors make, or these directors make, or these producers make. That's where you're starting to find a little more, and maybe within your field, as you said, Steph, the SAG Awards or the Producer Guild Awards or the Director Guild Awards. This is where you find a little more of satisfaction, or a little more of a I don't know, feeling of accomplishment that your fellow peers are awarding you for the work you've done. And I lived in LA for 20 years. Growing through those 20 years, I've had friends who've become assistants. I have people I knew who were assistants, and they sometimes voted for their bosses. So this is a thing that's true. Let's tell some truths here. The people who are assigned to vote don't always necessarily put in the votes. Sometimes because they're busy, sometimes because they don't have time to watch all the movies, so they turn it on to their assistants to vote. So even the overall awards sometimes aren't necessarily fully voted on by the actual people who've been sent the ballots. So those things happen as well. So there's always that Monday morning expose that happens with the Academy Awards, where you find out all this stuff. So I think, to me, it's kind of been losing its luster for the last few years, and it's about getting revered in your own certain peer group that I think carries more weight. So.
Yeah, I agree. For actors, I could totally see that. I'm not an actor, so I hear you guys, and that makes sense to me. The unfortunate thing, which is what I brought up to you, Rocha, specifically, is that these award shows are roadmaps for people to look back in history and know what to watch, know who to watch, know who to idolize. You know, even in Jung Yoon's speech, she talked about watching the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
She watched these and put this obviously into the universe, that this is something that she'd want to achieve because she watched them, because she saw the Brad Pitts get nominated and win. And so there, even if we want to say that it doesn't matter, it does matter, and they need to do a better job. There is a responsibility, I think, to the arts. Like, all of us as creators, we're not in this just because. It's a really ugly business. You have to work your ass off day in and day out. And these awards are the recognition that other people get to see and make judgments about what they should be watching, what they should be spending on, and what they should be engaging with. So they owe it to all of society really to get these right.
You make an excellent point.
__ Sutherland donated $20. To be fair, the Oscars have always been weird. Citizen Kane didn't win the Best Picture. Coppola didn't win for The Godfather. A lot of films that deserved it never won it. I mean, Scorsese didn't win until The Departed. Just think Oscars are weird.
Yeah. They don't always get it because they're human. I mean, like human, nothing is perfect that is human made. Nothing. And so it's always going to have issues or flaws within it. But but Steph makes excellent points as well. You know, because growing up as a cinephile, as a burgeoning cinephile, the Academy Awards were what I used as a blueprint for what to watch. So you make excellent points, Steph. So, you know, maybe it does still carry that power. Maybe it's been so long since I've been that kid that I don't remember how much power it can have for a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old or a 20-year-old who is getting into movies and wants to know, what do I watch to really understand this medium? How do I appreciate multiple cultures? What films are out there for me to watch that'll give me an idea of this culture that I'd never have exposure to? So it's great points. Absolutely, for sure. Anything else on this?
Last thing I want to say is, yes. Okay, so Anthony Hopkins, I loved him in the Father. He's great. He deserves it. But I personally think Chadwick had the better performance, and it's just what the Academy thought, and that's fine. Right. I actually saw the Father on stage just last February before I saw the movie. And starring in it was Peter Parker's octopus teacher, Alfred Molina. He was in the role, so that was fun to see. You. And then, also, I'm upset about that octopus teacher win. I think Time should have won. Like, did this guy fuck the octopus or not? What's going on here?
Is that like one of those? Is that like one of those? May December gentle lover teachers. Is that what you're referring to, sir?
If you watch it, it's like they don't insinuate it, but there's like enough like moments of doubt where like, does he have a sexual feelings for this octopus? It's really weird. It's really weird what they do there, and I think voters were like, okay, look, this is a nice documentary. We don't have to confront anything here. Yeah. So I think that's kind of what they were going for. And yeah, like the Academy Awards, they're all humans. So whatever. But speaking of another round, I just got this breaking news that Leonardo DiCaprio to produce and possibly star in an English language remake of last night's Oscar winner, Another Round. So someone is making Oscar movies. So, but why do you have to make a remake of it?
Why do you have to Americanize these films? Drag Americans to these films. Don't Americanize these films. Fuck, it drives me nuts. Oh boy, never should have been remade. These great films exist. You do the work. You do the work and go find them.
I do want to give Brad Pitt, he should have known the female nominees' names better because he butchered all of them. However, the fact that Brad Pitt produced Minari, that will always hold a special place in my heart.
Motherfucker donated $20. I like Winston's objective logical points on the Oscars. The Chadwick setup blew up in their face. I disagree with Rocha. Making this a white winner is wrong thing. It's a contest. Hopkins was the best actor. I saw all the films and I'm brown.
Okay, I'm glad that you're brown. I'm not saying that. I'm not making it a white person thing. I'm saying that's an element of
Rocha.
Kano donated $20. How many hearts do I have to tear out in order to get nominated? I have done it thousands of times, yet this one time I did it with some unknown lizard. Everyone loved it.
Dude, you just ripped that heart out. It just happened. You need a year, son. You need a year.
You got another year ripping out Arthur Kato.
Yo, that's someone. It's another person they missed on the memoriam. They missed all them people murdered in Mortal Kombat. It's some old bullshit. Y'all had a whole couple days to fucking put that in there. Like, come on, producers.
I don't know, man. Because are they dead? I don't know. Homie took them away to Black Smoke. I don't know if they're dead, dude. I don't know. But no,
I'm glad you're brown is my favorite quote of SEN history. Well, I'm glad you're brown.
verify that. But all right, but all I'm saying is I'm not trying to make this I'm saying that's an element of this,
it's
guys.
an element. Sure.
The
It's an
optics
element.
of it. The number one thing I agree with Winston is I felt that I tweeted it this morning. This is all on the producers for staging it this way, thinking they were going to get a certain outcome. My point is that this is an element of it, and there was no history to prove that they were gonna do the right thing here when it came to a stable full of people of color and one white dude. They gave it to the white dude. That's just the Academy way of doing things. Just like Green Book, just like The Blind Side, just like Crash. So many things like that. It's just like, come on. So that was the point. So try to expand a little bit your mind of what I'm saying there, my brown brother. All right. Let's get on out of here. And keep sending in your Streamlabs Super Chat small bots. We're always open to multiple points of views on this, ladies and gentlemen. We're open to all of it. Let's have a discussion. Some of you, how about some of you who actually felt that Chadwick should have won? We haven't heard from any. You all send in your support and tell us if you felt Chadwick should have won and was robbed last night. And we haven't even mentioned Viola Davis. Should Viola Davis have won? She lost to Frances McDormand for Nomadland, just like she lost to Meryl Streep for was that Florence Foster Jenkins? She had no business losing to Meryl Streep for that movie. But let us, what you think about that as well. And let's get into some Tushy. Steph, what do you got for us?
Ooh, Tushy. Okay, y'all, Mother's Day is just around the corner. So you should forget the flowers this year. Ditch the gift cards. Moms deserve something that will last her a lifetime of flushes. Refresh your gift game with Hello Tushy. Bring your mama into the future with this brand new Hello Tushy 3.0 modern bidet attachment. It's stylish, eco-friendly, easy to install, and will help stop flushing her retirement down the toilet in TP costs. I know that's right. Hello Tushy 3.0 cleans butts like a champ. Ooh, I love to hear that, but it doesn't stop there. It cleans itself with the Smart Spray automatic self-cleaning nozzle. When we say anyone can put this shit together, we mean even your parents. Yes, yours. Hello Tushy 3.0 attaches to their existing toilet with no electricity, extra plumbing, or tech support FaceTimes, and cuts toilet paper use by 80%. So the Hello Tushy bidet pays for itself in a few months. Plus, every Hello Tushy bidet attachment comes with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and a 12-month warranty. Mom already got a Tushy on her pot. Blow her away with an upgrade to the new Hello Tushy 3.0. If she's new to the revolution, have her join millions of happy Hello Tushy customers right now for a clean butt with every flush. I know every mom wants a clean butt. Give the gift of a clean butt. Go to hellotushy.com/SENlive to get 10% off plus free shipping. This is a special offer for our listeners only at hellotushy.com/SENlive for 10% off. hellotushy.com/SENlive. Get your mama a clean butt this year.
Get your mama a clean butt.
Clean your mama's butt.
All right, that's great stuff. Thank you, Steph. Where shall we go? Alex, where do we go next?
Let's talk about the West Side Story trailer because it premiered last night during the Oscars and showed us a little glimpse of what to expect from Steven Spielberg's movie that's coming out in December 2021. Rocha, did this, I know you've been kind of sour on this movie in general. Did this kind of change your mind? What do you think of the trailer?
Gotta say to you, I like the trailer. I like the teaser trailer. I know. I was like, I don't know. I want a Latino Latinx filmmaker making this. Latino or Latin, I don't care. I wanted to see a Latinx filmmaker making this. That being said, I thought the visuals in the trailer were great. I thought the colors were vibrant. I loved the setting, the where they placed the camera, some of the close-ups, some of the God's eye views. I love that. The shadows as they're walking in, all of that. And you can tell this is going to be a vibrant celebration of this movie and some iconic shots and iconic outfits as well. Maria in that white dress again, Tony in his blazer below looking up. So certainly for a teaser trailer, and I love that logo. Fuck me, that's a great logo. That black and white against the skin. It's great. So overall, I'll say I enjoyed this. Steph, what did you think?
Yeah, I like this. I'm not so excited about this coming to screen, but this did definitely get me a little more excited. I actually prefer trailers like this, teaser trailers that don't give away the entire plot, every single funny moment, every single sad moment, so that when you get to watch it the first time, you're like, I know what's going to happen. So this is just enough for me to get me excited to want to see the film. I don't really need anything more. I thought it did a really good job of highlighting some of the actors. We'll be seeing some of the scenes that we might be familiar with and adapted into a new form. And it was short and to the point. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Winston, thoughts?
I mean, West Side Story is a great film. I can't wait to see it. You know how I feel about too many remakes, but this is only the first one, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't mind like bringing back something from, you know, a few decades ago, like a generation ago, and like doing your own spin on it. Like, I have a problem when you're like, we're gonna do Little Women for the 25th time, we're gonna do Transformers for the 9 millionth time. Like, that's where I get to a point. I forgot you love Transformers. I'm just of the mindset that, like, if you wanna reboot it every now and again, I'm okay with that. It's when you do it obsessively that I have a problem. But this is only the second time we've seen it, so I'm very curious to see what this new rendition looks like. What's Spielberg can really do with it, all that good stuff.
Let's go to whose opinion matters the most on this panel. Alex Marzoña, please tell us, what did you think about this teaser trailer, brother?
I liked all the shots that were there. Like, obviously, Spielberg knows how to block a scene. He knows how to compose shots, and those look freaking amazing. The colors and everything, all the costumes as well. I just wish that we could have heard some more singing, a few more numbers. But I get it's a teaser trailer. But it's like I've been wanting to see this, obviously, for a while. Ansel Elgort, but Rachel Zegler also, like, she was picked from obscurity, and so, like, there's something special about her. So I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to hear that. And obviously we have Ariana DeBose as Anita, and I apologize for not knowing the Bernardo actor, but I'm sure that we'll see more soon. I know Rita Moreno's in this as well. So this will be coming out pretty much exactly 60 years after the original. Yeah. So I think it's time. And I think Spielberg, this could be his second to last movie. Who knows? Because he's doing his biopic, his autobiopic. And so I think this is kind of like a nostalgic story for him. And so he's going like further in the past to tell his stories. Yeah. So I think he'll put a lot of heart into this, and I just want to see more. I want to hear more songs. I did this musical when I was a junior in high school, and so really attached to this musical.
Who were you in high school?
I was one of the ensemble.
Okay, all right.
Ita donated $20. Brad Pitt produced If Beale Street. Regina King wins Oscar. Regina King hand Oscar to Brad Pitt when he wins. Brad Pitt exec produces Minari and hands Oscar to Yunya Young when she wins. Brad's impact is more than what he does on screen. Great producer.
Don't forget 12 Years a Slave. Exactly. He produced that as well. Yeah, don't forget. That one Best Picture. So you got to give it up to Brad Pitt. Plan B, right? That's it. Plan B Productions. That's his thing.
Plan B. Yeah. It's funny, man. I have such mixed feelings about 12 Years a Slave. Again, phenomenal film. Lupita was phenomenal. I actually really enjoyed Michael Fassbender did. I'm just tired of seeing. I can't watch any more slave films. Like, I'm very off that. And then the other thing that just made me laugh is, like, I'm like in it and traumatized, like and then here comes Brad Pitt, like, hey, black lady, you need a hand. And I'm like, Brad Pitt. Did he just write himself in to just come in and it helps stop slavery? I was like, son of a bitch.
I'm building a house. Let me help you stop slavery as I stroke my beard. Yeah, I mean, that took you right out of it.
Oh my God, I forgot because I haven't seen that since it came out. It's not a movie you're like.
It's a tough movie. It's a tough movie.
Let's throw this one in on a Friday night.
Steph, I also have not seen it since it came out, and that goes to show how much of an impact that moment had of, like, why is Brad Pitt here, and why all of a sudden is he ending slavery? Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Episode of Insecure where they're all planning like this movie night, and they're thinking it's gonna be one thing, and they put on 12 Years a Slave, and they're like, what? No one wants to watch this anymore.
I went on a first date to 12 Years a Slave. It was a first date.
Excuse me, what? Now here's my
no
question.
lie.
That's not Lady Outlaw, is it?
No, of course not.
No, it's fine, because I'm saying I knew that relationship wasn't going to work out if that was your first
Yeah.
date. I was going to be real surprised if you and Lady Outlaw worked out because of 12 Years a Slave as a first date.
Lady Outlaw would have known better.
Yeah. No. We met, this girl we met on Bumble. It's still a friend of mine. Actually, we became friends. She was a history teacher. She's a history teacher at a private school, and she was like, I've been wanting to see this. Do you think this is weird? I'm like, why not? Let's go see it. Let's see what happens. And we were like walking in a daze after the movie over to the bar to have drinks. It took about 2 hours before we finally kind of, settled in and had regular conversation.
Talk about the
Kano donated $20. West Side Story, but with me laser beaming limbs and tearing out hearts.
Kano! I like it, Kano. Do it. There's a place for us. Yeah, I like it. I like it, Kano. I just watched that this morning, finally. I've been resisting because people have not had good reviews on it, but I watched it this morning.
It's fun, man. It's a fun movie.
Yeah,
For what it is.
Like, is a day where I can take like a little eatable and like really just laugh my ass off to it. I think this week I'm gonna make time for that.
Nice.
Kano stole the show. Let's be real. He was absolutely phenomenal. So
Josh Lawson was great. Yeah. All right. So where we go next, Alex?
Let's talk about Captain America 4 because let's save how can we not talk about spoilers? What do you think?
We already did spoilers on right?
Yeah,
fair enough.
Okay, look, it's been even if that's the case, well, if you want to throw spoiler alert up beforehand, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So this is spoiler alert for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it is the only thing I'll say about this. It literally made national news.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of a spoiler it is, but
that's true.
Malcolm, I'm gonna need you to step away from the console, please. It's spoilers, so I know you haven't seen it, so step away from the console. Thank you, Malcolm. Malcolm,
on autopilot now. Let's fucking go.
Just on autopilot. Holy shit.
Malcolm, did you watch the West Side Story trailer before we move on? Did you watch the West Side Story? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Muting for 10 minutes. Oh, it is super beautiful. I'm actually more excited than I thought I would be.
Were you a jet or a shark? What were you when you first discovered the soundtrack? Did you find yourself gravitating to Tony? Were you a Riff? Who are you? Were you Bernardo?
I'll probably watch it.
Anita, maybe? Oh, so you were the shop owner. I got it. Tony worked for you. I got it. All right.
You're a jet all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day.
You're a jet. Okay, let's move on. What's the next?
What just happened?
You got brothers around. You're a family, man. All right, let's move on. I'm gonna burst out America in a minute. It ain't gonna be easy.
Wow.
Oh boy.
All right, go for it, Alex.
Okay, we're giving some spoilers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier here, but Captain America 4 has been greenlit at Marvel Studios, with Malcolm Spellman and Dallin Musson writing the new movie. Now, obviously, we're gonna get Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson assuming the mantle of Captain America, and Chris Evans will probably not show up. Rocha, what do you think of Captain America 4 already being announced?
I like this idea, and clearly the numbers validate them going forward. Clearly the response to the overall series validate them going forward. And if they didn't go forward, I think this would have been a missed opportunity as well. Anthony Mackie, this was his coming out party in so many ways as an actor. Yes, we've seen him do other things and be good in other things, but this is a man now, ladies and gentlemen. And Anthony Mackie showed the range and the talent and the depth of his abilities at this stage in his life as an actor, and he killed it. throughout this whole series. So I think a lot of people are on board with him being Captain America going forward. So let's see what that's going to be like on the big screen. Let's see what the reaction is going to be like. I'm excited for it, 1,000%. I hope that in the movie, they'll have a little more time to work out some of the story beat issues, some of the plot stuff, some of the character issues that I had throughout with the series. But overall, damn good series that I'm glad we got. So it makes all the sense in the world for them to continue this story into a Captain America form. Excited about that. Winston, you host the IG show. What's news, man?
No, I thought that this, I'm super excited about this. I think this is a natural that makes sense. Only thing I was surprised about, not that they were coming out with the Captain America or that
Winston, your mic is,
yeah.
It's like not hitting. I think it's
Hold on.
Did you switch mics?
Does it? No, I don't know what happened, but that's okay.
Okay, it's good.
Okay, cool. My only thing that I was surprised about and I thought was like kind of weird is the fact that they announced this like 10 a.m. on Friday, when it's like you realize that like only us hardcore people that stayed up at midnight saw this yet, right?
Oh, yeah,
already telling everybody that Sam Wilson will be Captain America and Captain America 4. It's like, yo, like, can you chill? It's literally if we walked in a room and me and Steph, let's say Steph and I were engaged and shit, it was like, all right, babe, here's what we're gonna do, right? We're not gonna mention this until we get to the big moment. And as soon as we walk in the door, we're engaged. It's like we had a plan. What are you doing?
We had a plan.
We had a plan. So,
we're pregnant.
Yeah.
How did you know that? I didn't even tell you, babe. I went into the trash and I found your pregnancy test and I Facebooked it.
I want that scene.
So I think this all makes perfectly logical sense. I think it's going to be extremely well done, as proven that Spellman did such a good job show running this show. I think it's going to be great. That was my only beef with the announcement. As I was like, it's 10 a.m. on Friday. I, of course, have seen it because I just finished a show talking about it for an hour. Right. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That was my only thing.
That's fair. That's actually fair. Steph, what did you think? What about this? Do you like this idea?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole season for me was slowly falling in love with Sam Wilson as Captain America. By the end of the season finale, I'm yelling, "That's my Cap!" And fully mean that, going to bed so happy we have a new Captain America. And then when the news broke an hour after the episode broke, I was very excited. The more that I thought about it, the more that I was like, this man really played the long game, and he played the long game fucking perfectly. You know, when the introduction of the movies that we've seen him in, we only got to see him in a few scenes in a few movies, but he always did an excellent job, and we knew enough to love him. And then talk about just playing your cards perfectly right and executing the hell out of the role in every single scene and moment that he had in the show, to now getting this movie. It's just so fought, it's so earned, it's so deserved, and it makes me feel really hopeful. And I think all creators should feel like this, that, you know, you don't always start in the big role, in the star role, and sometimes you have like a side role, but if you keep your head down, you keep working, you stay humble, and you stay classy, I've never heard a bad thing about this man at all, then you become the Captain America. And I have not seen a complaint from anyone in my circle, at least. I know that there was some, but I've only seen love that is so deserved. So I can't wait for this movie. I knew it was going to happen, but the announcement was a little quick.
Yeah. And if you pick a fight with this man, the problem is him, not you. Alex, what do you got from? How do you feel about this Captain America 4 situation?
I guess, like, timing wise, I think they assumed everyone was watching it at midnight anyway, so they're like, here you go. But I get your points. Steph and Winston. But I think it's great for Malcolm Spellman that he's on this project. I hope he'll get the chance to direct it if he wants to. But timeline-wise, it doesn't look like this might come out for another at least 2 years.
Dad Talks donated $20. Yo, what's up? Agreed, would have been cool to hold on to that story a little and let people speculate more on what is next. I read the story before I watched the show, but as a comic reader assumed it would happen and was happy to see it.
Yeah.
Great point. Okay. Alex, keep going.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it'll come out until at least 2023, and so that gives us 2 years since we will have seen him in his awesome new costume, which I freaking love. It's very comics accurate, which I really thought was cool.
Yeah.
Rocha, yeah, that was.
No, go finish your point, brother.
That was pretty much all I was gonna say.
Okay, let me throw this out there for you guys and for the people in the chat. Send in your Streamlabs Super Chat Schmoebats. What do you want to see in this Captain America 4? Obviously, are we bringing in the White Wolf? Are we bringing in a U.S. agent? Are we gonna have them? Do you want to see them be a part, essentially, kind of continuing the storylines that we got in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Well, actually, now the Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Is that something that you guys want to see? What about you guys here? Do you want it to be its own thing? Do you want Bucky in this? Do you want U.S. agent in this? So Val, what's your feelings, Steph and Winston?
Oh, Winston, I think, could probably answer this a little bit better.
Okay. 24 donated $20.
That's what was going on right there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Purping Gold 24, who donated.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
Just
Purping
giving a
Gold.
Kobe shout out.
Nice.
I love it.
Respect.
No, I mean we can go any number of ways. I would say the biggest thing is to look into look into some of these Captain America, Sam Wilson Captain America books, and those will give you some great ideas. The current run of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier with Zemo and another girl trying to become the new Lady Hydra, that storyline is really interesting. It's still in progress, so I doubt they maybe tap that just because it's happening in real time. And they very rarely will pull stuff in that regard because it's not complete for them to make a decision. But I'm curious, honestly, even though I don't know if it's gonna start a whole new trilogy or if it's just a one film or whatever. Right. I am curious just how it's gonna tie in this next wave of Avengers. Obviously, we're getting the young Avengers based off of the characters we're introducing. So I'm curious, while I love to see whatever Sam's gonna do in his own solo film. Yeah. How it will all ultimately connect, because that's the game with the MCU now at this point, right? It's kind of like, how does this all connect to everything else?
Yeah. Yep. The show really made me want an entire season dedicated to the Dora Milaje. I want movies of them. I want episodes of them. Yep. They were, right under Sam and Bucky, if not more, just in terms of the few scenes that they were in, but one scene particularly was my favorite scene of the show, I think. They are so cool to watch, and I think that we will hopefully get it with Black Panther, but them in general, the Dora Milaje and Ayo as a leader, I want to see more of that.
Yeah, could be Captain America with the Dora Milaje against maybe Val, Zemo, U.S. agent, and who else am I meant left?
Bucky flirting with all of them.
Yeah, Bucky
the power broker. The
power broker, yeah, share power broker. It could be interesting.
So real.
if that's actually who they say it is. Let me take 30 seconds.
Okay.
Malcolm, I could call you Malcolm. I watched your show. I could call you Malcolm. Please, for the love of God, give me something with John Walker's wife. For the love of God, she has been sitting by this man. You didn't give her due justice throughout the series, and I want to see John Walker's wife be a little more integral part of the U.S. agent story. If you're going to have him in Captain America 4, I want to have the wife be a little more integral part of the situation, because you dealt with race really well, but I feel like you dropped the ball a little bit on PTSD.
I just hope they don't focus on him still trying to prove himself. I want to see him confident and doing his thing on a new missions.
Great point.
Yeah. Could we see Patriot coming in?
Absolutely. Patriot. Yeah, certainly for Young Avengers. Also, one last thing, and shout out to Ed Haskell who tweeted us this, but the Captain America official Twitter account has changed from Chris Evans to Anthony Mackie. Cool. And it says on the left instead of just a kid from Brooklyn. So it is officially changed over that is the new Captain America. So that's powerful. Really powerful stuff.
I like that. So, I liked it when they changed the title card. I saw the title card. I was like, yeah, it is Captain America the Winter Soldier shit. That was all I needed.
Touch. I was like,
yeah. And Bucky got invited to the cookout. That was like, I talked about all this with Dan Murrow.
Bucky.
But like the fact that Homer just in here at the cookout, chilling, holding the kid, like that's exactly what happens. When you the uncle, the little kids love to climb you like a jungle gym. Like that shit was so accurate. He was just out here just like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking I might invite Sarah out or whatever, but you know, I gotta worry about the kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like pretending like he doesn't just have a bunch of children hanging off a metal arm hanging off the side of his body.
It was so good.
I love it. And there's a new poster out as well. So a pretty fantastic poster of Sam Wilson as Captain America that dropped this morning from Disney as well. So go and check that poster out. All right, Alex, anything else before we move on to the next thing? Any other Streamlabs or anything else has rolled through? No?
I think we got Winston ready to tell us about something whenever.
Oh, yeah.
Winston.
I am always ready. I am always ready. You know why? Because of the chew. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Now say it with us. Blue Chew.
Blue Chew.
That's what's up. Now, Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer. You remember what Sir Mix-a-Lot used to say, because I'm long and I'm strong and I'm down to get the friction on. Well, I understand quarantine was long for you. You know how to make sure that your stuff is long and ready to go and your girl is going to have the best night ever? You get that Blue Chew, son. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Now, Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, longer erections to combat all forms of ED or erectile dysfunction, for those that don't know the shorthand. Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy, because Lord knows everybody's trying to get a COVID test or a vaccine right now. So it'll ship right to your door in a discreet package. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Nobody embarrassing you because you got some Blue Chew sent to your mailbox. Now, the process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive a prescription within days. And the best part, it's all online. Now, these licensed providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strains for your prescription. And if you don't like swallowing pills, don't even worry about it. Again, these are chewable. These are, sildenafil and tadalafil. I'm really bad at pronouncing that. Tablets. They're all chewable. And they're made here in the U.S. They're prepared and shipped directly to you. So, again, cheaper than hitting a pharmacy. And I got to say, like, I've been rocking with Blue Chew for a minute, man. Like, real talk, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely great. You will have the greatest time. Your girl will thank you. Ladies, can talk to your man. He'll thank you. You'll thank yourself. But either way, you can benefit from the extra confidence when it's time to perform if you visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And here's a special deal for the SCN listeners. You can try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code SCN at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. You get Blue Chew for free. That's BlueChew.com, promo code SCN to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the show. That's what's up. Get your chew. Get your chew on. Chew.
Chugga chew. Get on the train.
Get on that Blue Chew train. That chugga Blue Chew. Yo, Steph, you need to start writing copies for products, girl. That was great.
Come on, right.
I'm long and strong, and I gotta get my freak shit on.
Yeah. So, ladies, you want to get a my Mercedes? Yeah, turn around. Think it out. Your boy got that Blue Chew. Baby got chew.
Baby got chew.
Even Glenn Close got a shout. Is that right? Even Glenn Close got a shout. Baby got chew.
Glenn Close with the gloves, though. Rocha, you gotta give him some love. Glenn Close with the gloves on this class.
Look, I'm always gonna love Glenn Close. She is the bomb.
She's a legend.
She is a legend. And God damn it, Academy, give her a fucking Oscar already.
Lil Rel was amazing too.
Oh yeah, Lil Rel was great. Lil Rel was hilarious. Although I liked Andra Day. I bet they didn't even fucking censor. That was brilliant. They motherfucking didn't even nominate. Censor. Alex, ladies and gentlemen, where are we at right now? Two something. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, get us over 500 here. We're at 260 right now. We got about 45 minutes left in the show. I think we're giving you fun content with multiple points of views. I hope you agree. Send in your Streamlabs Super Chat Small Bots. Let's get us over 500. I think we're talking about doing some Tarzan singing if we get to 500, and if we get to 750 by some miracle in the next 45 minutes. I'm sure Winston's got a goal he can pull out and do something for us as well. So let's put that on the table. Maybe he'll do a little Mix-a-Lot rapping. That could be good. That could be good.
Do that.
All right, let's go.
Oh, because I did
What do you got?
do.
What do you got?
No, I already did. I was gonna say I already did it. I was gonna say maybe I could do a because I did Obama rapping. Baby got back already. That was fun. That was fun. We did that a while ago though. I'll figure something out.
What about Obama doing Cream? That'd be good.
Sure.
Cash rules. Never mind.
If I was gonna do it, then I would do International Players Anthem as Obama. I would. That would be fun as shit. That would be fun as shit. I'd do that. What number?
750. Winston does International Players Anthem as Obama, President Obama. We got 45 minutes to get there. Come on, people. Let's do it. All right. We haven't talked to what. All right, if you want to. So Alex is reminding us that we didn't talk about Brett Sheridan. He's not here today because there are alarms going off in his place, so he can't show up today. But he will be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So send the Sir Flirton Flaus best wishes for loud noises because he hates those loud noises.
He has a cam on each of us, so he's watching us and he's with us live right now. Don't worry.
Yes.
All right, it would have been either his computer freezing or the alarms going off. He would have had to do the ads at least 4 different times each one.
He hates repeating himself. Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Okay, shall we get to Streamlabs?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
All right. Let's do it then. Okay, we missed one from last Friday. It came in after the show. Yeah. And this is from Khalil Frederick, who is saying, gotta say that this week's penultimate episode of Invincible was fucking amazing. I'm so hyped for next week's finale. Also, screw blank spoiler there.
Okay.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Mouth.
Watch your mouth.
I love Invincible. I love it so much.
So good.
Steph, what are you doing on Friday?
Do you want to watch it?
Well, we're gonna talk about the whole season of Invincible on Inner Geekdom Show. If you love it, you can, or Alex, either one of you. I don't care. If you want to,
24 donated $20.
Fucker, leave me completely out of this guy, motherfucker. Right in my face.
You have 50 million shows. You know you can come on Inner Geekdom Show if you want. But sir, I just assume you either watching a movie and then being on stereo with Lady Outlaw, or you're doing a damn show.
It's true.
Rocha's booked and busy. I
know. I took yesterday off for the first time in a while. I didn't do a fucking thing. And I was like, this is nice. What was that, Streamlab?
Yeah, what was
that? That was Perpin Gold 24 who donated $20.
Thank you.
Love again.
Thank you.
Holla.
Shout out to Purple Gold. We're going to talk about that. Actually, speaking of Purple and Gold, one of the items today on Sports Game Time at 2:00 on the Outlanders channel, Winston's going to join us. Ben Goddard joining us just to let me know a couple of minutes ago with Jay Washington as well. We're going to talk about Jeannie Buss talking about her top 5 favorite Lakers and how that was controversial, the 5 that she mentioned. So it's going to be an interesting conversation about who we think the 5 are. And if Jeannie was absolutely right or not. So
was one of them Smush Parker?
No, nor Nick Van Exel did make the cut, surprisingly enough. So
Adam Morrison, maybe.
Oh, Alex, now you're going too far.
I have a signed card from Adam Morrison sitting right there.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
was
hate
huge on him.
Not knowing what is going on right now.
All right, let's move on.
Two names Alex just named just went over my head.
Motion Adam, come on, get with the NBA stuff.
Were people upset because of the Phil Jackson comment?
No, they're upset because she left off, and she had to be prodded into saying Magic Johnson as well. When that probably should have been the first 2 names out of her mouth, but she said LeBron first.
Because I don't hate her list. I would say if you're saying players only, then fine, replace Phil Jackson with Shaq, and there you go. And I don't think that I have a problem with anything.
All right, 2 p.m. PT. That's all, Winston. Let's go.
All right. Speaking of Rocha's Basement, fuck listen Rocha's Basement. Hey, I thought I was all right. I thought it was all right. Didn't think it was a disaster. Just not good. I miss when they show the clips before announcing the winner. Didn't mind Nomadland and Hip Hopkins winning. As Kobe said, shit, play, move on. Just do better next year. Thanks, love y'all. What do you think about no clips?
Well, I think Chad Boseman did do better, but you're saying the overall ceremony. Sure, I hated that the clips weren't there. I mean, how can you have a show about movies and not show any of the clips of the movies? It just doesn't make sense. What did you guys think?
So weird not to show the clips, but I do want to say on the flip side of that, giving them not cutting people's acceptance speech off was such a relief. Like, I hope that they continue with that because a lot of people had a lot of great things to say.
And they gave time for all the nominees to have like a little blurb, like even though they didn't they said their answers that they submitted in before. That was nice.
Yo, hold on. I just realized we left out the most important part of the fucking Oscars.
What?
And how we didn't talk about this because I was genuinely concerned that Daniel Kaluuya was either high as balls or drunk as shit. Is when he's going through his whole speech. Thanks to God, this is crazy. Fred Hampton was mad. He's like, it's crazy. My mom and my dad, they fucked. Here I am. Like, what? And I was like, you just said what? And it cuts to his mom like, did this little nigga just say me? Next. I'm gonna kill you. I don't care that it's the greatest moment of your career. What the fuck? Like, I literally was like, is he high? What is happening?
Yo, that part was so funny because it was one of my favorite speeches. And I'm like, oh, you just like, you could tell he was like, it was such a beautiful speech. It was so well spoken. Yeah. And then he kind of like started rambling and like you throw that out. That's something I would do too. The mom instantly was like, God damn it.
Yeah, they cut to her. If you lip read, she was like, what is he talking about? She literally said
She's like, I never had sex. Why is he just
Me mom and dad, they had sex. I'm here.
And it was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. I'm here.
She loved a number of positions. She's a big fan of this position. Oh, stop!
Bro. And the other thing is, I'm now mad that he didn't win for Best Actor for Get Out. And I feel like anytime he gets nominated, he has to win just because he is so fucking British. Yeah. And his American accent is so spot on. That by itself should win him Oscars.
Straight up. I know other British actors, and I feel like some of them have an incredible American accent, but like I thought Daniel Kaluuya was American because he nailed, and then you hear him talk and it's like, me mom, and I'm like, oh.
Hello, governor.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Which also, I didn't watch, as soon as this was over, I had to race home because we had Blurs After Dark last night, which was its own shit show. But, I didn't realize that in the after party they were doing interviews that he got interviewed and someone asked him what it was like to be directed by Regina King, and I was like, "Are you fuck?" So we did a Hidden Fences yet again. This is gonna happen every fucking time.
Like, did you hear what he said? He was like,
"No, what
did
he say?"
No, he was like, can you ask that again?
Yeah, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, because he was like, what the fuck?
He called for a JTE.
Hey, speaking of JTEs, we had our free-for-all this past Saturday.
Yes.
Free-for-all 4 at the SCHMOEDOWN. That went down at noon, and it was quite the event. A lot of people were playing along, and you can still get tickets to watch that for $10 if you go to the SCHMOEDOWNlive.com. You can get tickets for $10 there, or you can just become a patron and get that included, and as well as all the other pay-per-views we got coming for you. Today, we have Robert Parker versus Brandon Hanna in an Inner Geekdom match dropping if you're a patron. So make sure you become a patron, and you'll get that included as well. So make sure you watch a Free-for-All 4 if you haven't already. Yeah. And then become a patron, and we'll have a great time and be friends. I don't know. 40 of the best and new faces of the SCHMOEDOWN going at it. Some great moments. I'm going to tease one. Shout out to Australia's Jacob Blunden for one of the moments of the free-for-all. So definitely watch. A lot of shocks, a lot of surprises, people staying in longer that you didn't anticipate staying in longer, people going out that you thought were going to stay in way longer than they did. So many surprises. Definitely watch. Alex played at home with no pressure on him, laying back on his couch, and thinks his answers count. But incredible stuff from Alex Marzoña, I'm sure.
But yeah, good stuff overall. And today, I'm excited about today because certainly Hannah kind of became a little bit of a pseudo star last year with his videos and the controversial things he was saying. And it's about, can you do it in the ring? And he's facing Robert Parker, who had a little bit of an up and down season himself last year. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these two gentlemen clash in Inner Geekdom later on today on the Patreon. So please go and subscribe, patreon.com/SCHMOEDOWN, and get involved in it. And shout out, speaking of JT, to a boy. Never doubt the heart of a champion, you sons of bitches. All right, where are we going next?
All right, next one is from Tickle My Pickle. Hello, everyone. Just saw Mortal Kombat yesterday, and I thought it was atrocious, and I enjoyed it. Y'all think they greenlit a second or third draft of a screenplay for this one? Best part was the last fight. Hope they do better for the sequel. Thoughts? Thanks, Tickle.
As DiCaprio said in Catch Me If You Can, I concur. What did you guys, any thoughts on The Mortal? Anything to add? We kind of touched on it, but any more to add?
I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really speak on it.
What Mortal Kombat?
I'll watch it right now.
What he said about Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat's great. I wish that they... Great, not as in like this is a phenomenal movie, but like it was entertaining. That it was cool. Like there was some straight out of the video game like moments, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I love Louis Tan. I don't know how I feel about him in the film. I feel like I don't know if it was direction or if it was acting or what, that felt a little one note at times for me, just personally. But I do like that they were introducing a new character. I think that's kind of cool. I love how they use Scorpion in this. I wish they had used him more. I also love the fact that if people really thought about Iceman or Sub-Zero as just characters, how they could literally ruin anybody's life instantly. And Sub-Zero shows that throughout the film, that it's like controlling the ability to freeze the moisture in the air would insta-murder about everybody. Yeah. Like let's just be honest. You can make like at one point, this is not really a spoiler. At one point, someone's bleeding. Sub-Zero takes the blood and makes a fucking blade out of it. Like, bro, like those powers are a little OP if we're being honest.
There you go. Shout out to Hiroyuki Sanada as well, who played Scorpion. I've been a fan of that guy for a number of years, so he adds a little more authenticity to the film for sure, to have some of his talent involved. All right, Alex, what's next?
Dragon17 says, "Hey Rocha, who impressed you the most in the FFA? Also, who will be Barbarian's tag team partner? Winston, I like Tingle. Hope he does get another match, and hope to see Tandrup play soon."
You know who impressed me? Griffin Newman impressed me. Exactly what we thought he was going to be. Griffin came in and lasted a number of rounds and got it really kind of showed up and showed out.
Let me re-ask you that question.
They asked my opinion. Okay.
Who impressed you in the free-for-all that was not a part of the Finstock exchange?
Kim Taylor Foster. I thought she was. Oh wait, that's part of the Finstock exchange.
A member of the right faction.
This is why you'll never be allowed. Yeah. This is why you will never be allowed to vote for the Oscars, sir. I need you to be objective. Who outside of the Finstock exchange were you impressed with? There were 35 other competitors.
I'm always impressed by Bibbs. Like that's his event, bro. That's his event. And I was cheering for him, to be honest with you. I wanted him to still be in the ring when I came in the ring. And I was cheering for him big time. So I was very happy to see him do well again. Who else? I was trying to cheer for some of the Rooks, but they got knocked out so quick. It was some of them, not all of them. So what about you? Who impressed you when you were watching this thing?
I mean, I agree. I don't even call it the free for all anymore. I call it the Bibbs for all. Like it's literally it's literally Bibbs will stand at a table.
Yeah.
How long can you stay? It's what was that show? Win Ben Stein's Money or Beat the Geniuses or whatever it is. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Are you smarter than Bibbs? That's essentially what this has become at this point. So obviously that. But I was obviously I would give the same props to Griffin Newman, Griffey Nooms for sure.
Okay, thank you.
I was impressed by Jacob London. I was impressed by Hoik yet again.
Oh, Hoik! Yes.
Hoik is the man, and he came through and showed that. Now, if we are gonna play this bias game, I would say that the person that I'm most impressed by from Swag would actually be Jen Kemp, and it's mainly because I don't think anybody was expecting that from her. I was, and our faction was, but to literally see her come in and make people go, God damn, Jen Kemp. Like that to me was the moment that I look at our faction apart from everything else that was going on in the free-for-all.
Yeah, I think another part of this is Bateman. I mean, Bateman has really kind of, worked hard to turn around his record from when he first started for a few years, and he's kind of done well. He's a gentleman that takes for all the crap I give him as the outlaw. Objectively, as John Rocha, he has worked really hard to be a player in this game, ladies and gentlemen. And so he showed up. Yeah, it was a controversy. I would have not given him the answer. I would not have given him the point. I get the controversy, but that's why we did the benefit of the doubt rule. And we'll see, because that's a very strong decision. I'm not going to give away anything. Just know that something controversial happens around Ben, and you can feel one way or another about it. But I hope there's a consistency in that going forward for the rest of the season when a situation like that pops up in a match. And I wonder, in a championship match, how it'll be ruled. But that being said, he showed up and showed out.
No comment.
Yep.
No comment.
And and I'll also say Oyama, who I've grown to really love as a person and enjoy as a player, I think he showed up like a junkyard dog, ready to win. And it was great to watch him play overall. So, you're going to be impressed by a lot of people who showed up ready to win and showed up and showed out in the match, or in the free-for-all. So there you go. All right, that's enough of that. Let's move on. What's next?
156 Simple says, hey, John.
It's not the drip. Let's move on. Let's go.
Hey, John, I saw your review on the Falcon and Winter Soldier on Saturday. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you. John Walker's wife needs more lines. I feel bad for her, and I am excited for West Side Story. Let's go.
That's my overall point, is like, her husband has PTSD. She's there at 3 a.m. when he's seeing other people in the room that aren't there. When he's sweating, when he's crying, when he's yelling, it's his wife. So I wanted to see more of that relationship. So hopefully going forward, we will get that down the road. Plus, that actress is a damn good actress. So, all right.
See that guy over there says, hello, SEN crew. I skipped the Oscars because I was too busy doing a Mortal Kombat double feature. I thought the new one had a shaky story, but I liked it a lot. But congrats to the winners, and with Chloe Zhao winning, I'm more excited for the Eternals.
Yeah, what do you think there, Steph? Eternals, Chloe Zhao? Talk to me. Really?
Muted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I've been excited about it, the Eternals, but it's obviously more exciting that more people will know who her name is in general, and know that because I do think we're the generation where directors are way more known, sometimes more than the actors playing the movie, or at least we're more, people are more excited to see movies when they know a certain director is in that role. So I'm just excited that people will know who she is and probably be more inclined to see this film.
Okay. Yep. I agree. What about you, Winston?
I mean, that's exactly what producers and studios do. Academy Award winner Chloe Zhao. That's exactly what they're gonna fucking do. Like they if I don't wanna beat that. Deo Kaluuya gets they do a Wakanda show, and he's back and out of jail, and they've forgiven him. Academy Award winner Daniel Kaluuya. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's so, of course, Marvel is excited about this, and it's only going to add steez to the Eternals. But hopefully it does make people that had no idea who she was before this get excited about her now and what Eternals is going to be.
You know what I'm excited about? I'm excited about protecting my identity. Have you ever browsed in incognito mode? It's probably not as incognito as you think, ladies and gentlemen. And why would it be? Incognito mode, like the Chrome browser itself, is a Google product. And Google has made its fortune by tracking your movements online. There's even a $5 billion class action lawsuit against the company in California where it's accused of secretly collecting user data. Google's defense, incognito does not mean invisible. So how do you actually make yourself as invisible as possible online? ExpressVPN. Turns out that even in incognito mode, your online activity still gets tracked, and data brokers still get to buy and sell your data. I'm sure a lot of you who are listening or watching us right now do get concerned about how your data is being used by these companies. So please take a look at ExpressVPN here. One of these data points is your IP address. Data harvesters use your IP to uniquely identify you and your location. But with ExpressVPN, your connection gets rerouted through an encrypted server, and your IP address is masked. Every time you connect to ExpressVPN, you get a random IP address shared by many other ExpressVPN customers. That makes it harder for third parties to identify you or harvest your data. I've seen The Matrix. I don't like to be harvested as a human being. Best of all, ExpressVPN is super easy to use. No matter what device you're on, phone, laptop, or smart TV, all you have to do is tap one button for instant protection. So if you really want to go incognito and protect your privacy, secure yourself with the #1 rated VPN, visit expressvpn.com/SEN and get 3 extra months for free. That's expressvpn.com/SEN, expressvpn.com/SEN. Go and do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Alex, let's move on. What's our next thing?
All right, let's move on to Dagan. Who is this Oscar guy everyone is mad about? The only thing I cared about last night was Kenny Omega winning the Impact/TNA title as AAA and AEW champ. Huge moment for wrestling. Rocha, I highly recommend checking out that match when you get a chance.
I shall, Dagan. Thank you very much.
All right, next one from Popcorn. Shout out to all the Asian women that won. I'm getting a little bit of an echo.
Me too.
All right. Cool. Popcorn says, shout out to all the Asian women that won.
Is it?
Someone's speaker is on, is what they said. All right, fixed. All right, let's go.
Okay. Popcorn says, shout out to all the Asian women that won. Chloe, Yo Jung Yoon, and Her. Her is half Filipino. Do y'all feel the real injustice was moving Daniel to supporting? If Chadwick wasn't the actual sure win, why move him?
I think that was the plan. I think that was part of it, is that they thought Chadwick was the sure win. I think him and Lakeith both had starring roles in a sense, split that role pretty well. So I think this is all observation though and a guess, but they probably thought Chadwick Boseman was going to get the win and had a higher chance of winning supporting actor. And it made kind of sense because it was a split lead role, I do think, with with Judas and the Black Messiah.
Agreed.
Definitely thought you were gonna say Black Judas and the Black Messiah. And I was gonna be like Black Falcon out here. Nah, that's Captain America.
No, be that Black Falcon.
All right, next one from Anthony Persak. Just wanted to say thank you all. Thank you for all of your individual and collective content you all provide. Special shout out to Steph, who was killing it in the FCL and post-match interviews. Much love to all.
Appreciate you, fam. Thank you. Yeah. We're live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. PT at the SCHMOEDOWN Twitch. We have Kaylin Corrigan versus James Shimo, and then David Jindoyan. I think he's Armenian, with Sonny Mike Olson. So that will be a really fun show tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. PT at the Twitch channel. Come check it out.
Check that out. All right, Pac-Man Dwain says, hey guys, just showing y'all some love and tell y'all I'm still alive. I've been battling kidney stones, so that's why I've been quiet for a minute. Not going this bitch hurt, but I still watch every day. Keep doing y'all's thing.
Well, we're glad you're feeling better and you're staying alive, brother, man. Absolutely. Thank you so much for checking back in, honestly. Whew. All right. Where are we at next?
Marvel Man Mike says, bear with me. Maybe this is a stupid idea, but here it goes. Mandatory screenings of nominated films for Academy voters. Don't attend, you don't get a vote. That way you're at least accountable for knowing that voters have actually seen everything. Just an idea. Thoughts?
Yeah. I do think that I would like to know. Like to believe that everyone watches every single film nominated, but it would be nice if there was, and maybe there is a way to really know if everybody voting saw every film.
Yeah,
there's a way to do it. You could do, like, once we're comfortable going to theaters again, if they're going to those in-person screenings, then you could do that. The other way you could do it technically would be like if it is all digital, the screeners they're sending, it can tell you when, just like you get when you watch like Netflix and then you come back, it shows you like where your progress bar was, and if you, or it even says watched or whatever. They can do the same thing if you have like some sort of screening account to be like, oh, watched it. And then you would at least know that, like, you wouldn't be able to vote until you've seen all in the said category. I think that would be fair.
That would work. Absolutely.
Or they can partner with Letterboxd, and then
I mean, that's a solid. Yo.
Hey, yeah, check out my Letterboxd. Letterboxd.com/Alex Marzoña. Next one from Ultimate Fights. Winston's hair has defeated a German brush, Ben Goddard's hair, and a riding lawnmower. Will it ever be defeated? Who would win in a fight? Winston A. Marshall's glorious hair or Manscaped's new robot, ball trimmers for arms and a nose trimmer for a head?
Are they sponsoring us right now? Because if they're not, then I'll say Winston's hair wins. But if they're sponsoring us, Manscaped wins.
Dare you? If they're sponsoring us, you are not taking my glorious locks. You son of a bitch.
I've got to say, Winston's hair, I think, takes the win for every sort of award that he's up
Fingers
against.
donated $20. You knew Jung wins an Oscar first South Korean actress too, and the media asks, what does Brad Pitt smell like? Really? I loved the interaction between both, just weird thing to ask.
I thought, did you guys see this?
Which is what?
So, you know, when they like leave the stage and then they have those post interviews, someone asked her like, oh, I got you, this is your first award, must be so exciting. And you obviously had that interaction with Brad Pitt. So I got to ask, how are you feeling and what did Brad Pitt smell like? And first of all, if English was her first language, that's a bizarre question to ask a first Korean woman to win in this category. Second of all, because there is a language barrier, as a reporter, you should know what you're asking could be interpreted way different. And I know Korean culture is different than Japanese culture, but we don't like talk about things like that really. Like we're not like fantasizing and like fangirling, especially like an older Korean woman, which there's just like a hierarchy of respect that you give in Asian culture. And her response was, "I'm not a dog. I didn't smell him."
She's amazing.
Which is exactly
That's a perfect response.
Well, the one question I asked, because I'm trying to remember her speech. She obviously was fangirling about Brad Pitt while giving her speech, but she didn't say anything about like, I wonder what he smells like, right? This was something someone made up. No. Then in which case, if the question had been, yo, so how was it? How was Brad? Was he everything you dreamed of? That would be funny because she was like, I just wanted to meet him. I can't believe you up here, but you're not here. Then that's fine. But to be like, what do you smell like? That's some creepy ass shit. Who the fuck?
Yeah, I agree. There's a good way to play to the fact that obviously she felt a type of way about Brad Pitt, like most people do. But the smell thing was bizarre. And I don't think she meant any harm by it. You just have to be careful now.
Also, like all of us have worked for outlets and have done these freelance red carpet things. And it's the producers most of the time or the owners of the outlet who are being like, ask them this, ask them this, ask them that, try it. So we don't necessarily need to blame the person right off the bat just yet. Like find out if it was a producer who was telling her to ask that nutty shit. We've all been told to ask nutty shit at the beginning or, you know, whenever we're doing these red carpets. So, you know,
Rocha, what you're getting at is between how the show ended and who wrote this question. Fuck producers. That's what you're saying, right?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying. Like Alex is right there, and if he wanted to end you, he could.
He could. But then he knows I know where he lives, and it would just be.
Does he know where you live, Alex?
Oh, he knows. I'll find out.
Oh, yeah, he'll probably find out. So
you ever see those? You ever see those old?
I don't have ExpressVPN, so.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
you ever see those?
He would find out if he wanted to.
Yeah, it's true. I would just drive through LA. Alex!
That's actually one of the bonus side effects of Blue Chew. All of a sudden, your wedding tackle has a bloodhound sense of smell. He's like, Alex is around here.
I smell Marzoña. I smells musicals. Then I smells Marzoñas. Listen, we have 20 minutes.
Superhuman hearing. Is that West Side Story? Alex, this way.
Quick, someone play a Hamilton track. I know it'll drag him out. I know it'll bring him out.
And suddenly I found how wonderful the sound.
Yeah, exactly. Just pull him out. Just pull him out. Just pull him out.
I'm not giving away my pill. I'm not giving away my pill.
Ladies and gentlemen, we only have $300. We got 20 minutes left. What the hell? Come on, get us over 500. Let's get to that 500. If two of you donate $100 each, we're over 500. Come on, let's do this to start off Monday. Well, please, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to get to that 500. We promised you 750. Winston rapping as Obama. I don't know what more you want here, but we have 20 minutes. Let's go. Send them in. Send them in. All right, Alex, what's next?
Next one is from Marvel Man Mike. I've been meaning to ask for a while, Rocha, did you see the TV show Penny Dreadful's City of Angels last year?
No.
As a Latino in the U.S., I think it'll really connect. Also, minor brag that my football/soccer team held yours to a draw during the weekend. Take care.
Yeah, Newcastle. Congratulations to Newcastle. Enjoy it there. No, I haven't seen it yet. I saw the original, the one that with Penny Dreadful with was it with all those actors, Eva Green and Josh Hartnett. It was really good, Timothy Dalton, but I didn't see that one yet. But I will get on it at some point. Nathan Lane in that one too. All right, come on, send in your Streamlabs Super Chats. I'm gonna say it after every Streamlab now. Send in your Streamlabs Super Chats Mobots, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 500. Let's go. All right.
Well, that was the last Streamlab for now. We're going to jump over to Super Chats. Sam O says, where would this rank in worst Oscars ceremony? I haven't seen, I've only seen maybe 15, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of them tend to be boring. A lot of times they give it to movies that I could give two shits about. I don't know. It literally, the only thing I can say is, again, it sucked the air out of the room the way it ended. That's it. Just everybody's out here like woo, like that's essentially how the show ended. So yeah.
All right, Jamin Johns asks, Steph and Winston, better DBZ's saga, Majin Buu saga, or Cell saga?
Cell saga.
Yeah. Cell saga. Yes.
You nerfed Gohan. The minute you did that, I was like, nah, fuck this shit. Like.
Yeah.
I love the Boo saga, but Cell saga.
Elite.
All right. Jamin John also asks, Rocha, which French movement you prefer? 60s French New Wave, Breathless Purple Noon, or 80s Cinema de Look, Betty Blue, La Femme Nikita?
You don't have one without the other, so you have to go with the original foundational French New Wave 60s stuff, because Breathless is extraordinary. So you don't have a second wave of French films in the 80s if you don't establish the fact that American audiences gravitated to that French cinema in the 60s. So I'd have to go to 60s. I would. Even though I love that stuff. La Femme Nikita, Luc Besson's La Femme Nikita is extraordinary. You know, people love Jean Reno in The Professional. That's the same character in La Femme Nikita, and he's brutal in that film, you know. So, all right, let's keep going.
All right, we got 2 super chats that are going after you, Rocha. So let's get your
let's do it.
Get your fists up. Joel Rolston
keep sending in your Streamlabs super chats to Schmobots. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, I haven't heard a thing in 3 minutes. Come on. All right.
Tell Rocha how wrong he is.
Yeah.
Tell us how wrong we all are. Joel Rolston says, Rocha, if you truly think the Academy cares to publicize private votes, you've lost it. Hollywood's virtue signaling is their hubris.
Oh, Jesus. No, it isn't. Cut it out. And you're virtue signaling yourself by saying that. Oh, shit. Sarcasm, hypocrisy. Keep going. Next.
IDIC Warrior Reed says, are you not opening people up for doxing by crazy people who vote for people like Hopkins if you make it public?
For doxing?
What? Like, if people found out they voted for Hopkins, they would bully him. Bully them.
I guess that's a possibility. I suppose you can't remove that from the equation, but I also think, like, we know who these if these writers and reviewers for these websites and these magazines want all the plaudits that come with being a reviewer and all the love that comes with being a reviewer, by the same token, there's another side of that, and I think you have to let people know who you voted for. I think there would be a way to explore it. And it's a way for people to understand what you look for when you're voting for something. Doxing is a possibility with anything. It's not like these voters are secretive in terms of their names or where they work for, who they work for. So you already know who these people are. It's just a matter of like what they voted for is a different situation. You can always, how can I say? You can always find out who these people are. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, and that was our last Streamlabs / Super Chat for now.
Okay.
So, thank you very much for sending it in.
Yeah, thank you all so much. Come on, send in Streamlabs Super Chat Schmobots. We're 15 minutes away from the end of the show. Get us over 500. 2 of you. Come on, Tito. I know you're out there. What do you need, brother? What do you need? Let's get to 500. All right. Do we have any more news items? Anything going on, Alex?
Let's see. Give me 1 second and I can pull something up for you and tell you what's going on, including this, that apparently the Continental series spin-off of the John Wick franchise will be a prequel and focus on Ian McShane's Winston character, the owner of the famed hotel for the assassins, the Continental. In addition, the series will adopt a format unusual for the U.S. but fairly common in the U.K. on shows like Sherlock. Namely, it'll run for 3 90-minute episodes, each one revolving around a specific event.
Okay.
Rocha, what do you think about this approach for the John Wick series spin-off, The Continental?
I've talked enough. Let's turn it to Steph. Steph, what do you think about this idea? Do you like the John Wick series? Do you like this going this route?
Yeah, I do. I'm not as a diehard John Wick series fan, but I definitely enjoy every single installment, especially the most recent one. So I think it's an exciting route to take for sure. I would be more curious for someone to hear someone's opinion who really loves John Wick. I don't know if they need any more, but who's to say? People seem to love more and more of the same property.
Winston, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I love me some goddamn John Wick. So I'm here for it. And I mean, Winston was a lot of fun as a character, so I think that's a good starting point for sure. Plus, I mean, it's a great name.
Yeah. Winston on Winston. Maybe you can host that.
Winston on Winston.
Let's put it out there.
I just don't want to throw it out in the universe.
I like the idea of doing it this way. And I think we're seeing more and more series going down to shorter and shorter amounts of episodes. You know, it wasn't that long ago where 24, 26 episodes was the standard. Now with what happened with Netflix and Marvel kind of opened the door to the possibility of 13 episodes, then now to 10, now 6 with Falcon and Winter Soldier. So this idea of adopting the British approach to things was 3 hour-and-a-half episodes or something like that, like Luther is, I think is the natural progression of things, and you can still tell a fantastic story, you know. So I like the idea of them doing it this way. Plus, if it's based on a kind of a European sensibility in terms of the hotel itself, then why not have a European approach to creating the series? Makes sense.
I didn't know that was a European thing. The shorter episodes per season.
Oh yeah.
I mean, less episodes per season. Yeah, I love it. I mean, in terms of just allocating your budget wisely and really focusing on a few episodes that are longer. And and just for being in a writer's room, if you've ever been one, you can just close out so many like loose ends when there's less episodes to work with. Like if you're only working with a few, you can really tie everything together, I think, stronger. So I like that we're moving in that direction. And also just for us as consumers, I can't do 20 episode seasons anymore of any show if I'm covering them.
Yeah, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you're doing a weekly review, it's almost impossible for sure. I just finished Made for Love last night on HBO Max, the one with Christine Milioti. 8 episodes. Fantastic. Perfect. I don't know what more you could have added to what I saw. So to me, I'm loving this approach to things. And you're right, Steph, we don't have the time anymore because there's so much content, so much original content on these channels and streaming services. Nobody can do it anymore at that level like it was in the past. So yeah, and just to let you know, yeah, in Europe, pretty much, unless you're talking about like the soap operas like EastEnders or Casualty, or in Australia, Home and Away, those are pretty much every series is like 3 to 6 episodes. And they stop after 3 or 4 seasons. They don't keep going for like 20 seasons most of the time. Yeah. So you've got most of the prestige TV does not do that. So it's an interesting approach to things for sure. All right.
That.
What do we got next, Alex?
All right, we got some Streamlabs that just came in from Kirby French saying, shamelessly stealing a joke from the Lady Outlaw that I know Rocha loved from the stereo review of Thor the Dark World. What do you call the collector's weird
Stanley
connection
Gucci
of...
donated $20. Nothing to
Thank
say
you, Gooch.
besides great show today. Great panel, great vibes.
Thank you, Gooch.
Thank you.
Go check.
What do you call the collector's wired connection of computers?
Oh, God.
The Ethernet.
She'd call it the Ethernet. Oh, my God. It was
I
terrible.
love Lady Outlaw from afar. Like I haven't met. I think we've met once in passing, but she seems like such an awesome person. She
takes no prisoners, and she has no problem giving her actual
like a
opinion.
relationship made in Rocha heaven.
It's true. It's true. It's true. We ball bust all the time. I love it to death. And
Malcolm,
she calls me out. Yeah,
those
Malcolm,
are the
what were you saying?
best relationships when you can
Yes.
joke around with each other and call each other out and not get offended. when there's not like sensitivity with that, and then you can really just have fun.
I wish that for you, Steph. Unless you're in one now, I wish that.
No. I have a few boyfriends, but nothing serious.
Oh my God, Steph. Oh my God.
Always, yeah. It's always good to have a few around until you're ready. But I'm openly communicating with everyone. Don't worry, I'm not a whore or an asshole. But yeah, you gotta
collect and select.
In a relationship, I'm not gonna be like, this is the one. Let me settle.
No, but the one will show up, and when it does, you're gonna be knocked on your ass, and you know that. That's why you're playing. You're playing because someone hasn't shown up yet, but someone will.
My grandpa always said, collect and select. So there you go.
Yeah, I have a Costco card right now. I'm trying to get the biggest bang for my buck as I walk down these single streets.
Girl, I've already told you that and I put this out to Roxy too. Obviously, Darina, she good. If either of y'all do end up looking for somebody, I will play matchmaker. I will wingman. I got you covered. But it does sound like between the Costco card and the stable, you're fine.
Winston, I love that because in July I call it the emancipation of Steph Sabraw. That will be my 2-year anniversary, and it's been 2 extremely wonderful years of growth and learning. So I would say probably in the next year, maybe I'll hit you up, but not yet.
Let me know. I got you covered, girl.
Steph Sabraw.
Emancipation to Steph Sabraw. I fucking love it.
All right. Look, ladies and gentlemen, let's send it in. Come on. We got like 6 minutes left in the show. Let's get to 500. Come on. We're at 330 right now, 340 right now. Send it in. Please. Streamlabs Super Chats to you. Come on. Steph.
Kirby French also says, speaking of stereo, any word on if the SEN after show is going to continue at some point?
Yes. Brett and I have been talking. Kate and Brett and I have been talking. So something will be announced at some point down the road with, I think, multiple people involved. So just letting you know that. So stuff's in motion. Just letting you know.
Cool. And that was all for now. Malcolm, I know Malcolm shared something in the chat. Malcolm, you want to explain yourself, Malcolm?
Oh yeah, so I after watching Thor 2, I completely changed my opinion on that movie. I think it's way better than the first one.
Woo!
I actually enjoyed it so much more than the first Thor. I think the first Thor has a good first 20 minutes and a good last 10 minutes, and everything else I wasn't really there for. But Thor 2, I liked I liked the Star Wars flying dogfights. The fight at the end where they're teleporting to all the different worlds is super neat. So yeah, I mean, it's not top tier Marvel movie by any account, but I don't think it's bottom tier anymore.
Yeah. I think it's great. I think it's great to go back.
I've ever seen in my life.
All right, I'm gonna head out. SpongeBob.
And he's out. I love it.
Wait, what?
Okay, he's here.
Steph was upset for a minute. She was like, what the?
You know how gullible I am? This is why when Christian pranked me, it's not like my whole body goes into fight or flight. I'm like, where did Christian go?
Oh my God. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
The Lady Outlaw liked it. She liked Thor 2. She thought that Thor and Jane Foster had more chemistry than in the first movie. So yeah.
Rogen, then what I need you to do, I need Lady Outlaw. I need her to call Kristen, my girlfriend, because we've been on our own MCU watch and we've been stuck on Thor: The Dark World for 3 months. She refuses to watch it, and it's my own fault because I was shit talking it, and she was like, then I don't want to fucking see it. I was like, wait, it's not that bad. And we have to, like, there's moments she's like, I don't care. I don't want to. And multiple people try to be like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So I need you to have Lady Outlaw call her and be like, okay, I'm watching it too. It's fine. You'll enjoy it. Loki is hilarious.
Yes.
Really touching family moments.
Yes.
At one point, Kat Denning goes, meow, meow, which is to me the best part of the film. The rest of the film is garbage. but maybe Malcolm, if you want to call us somebody, please, because we're not gonna finish if we don't get through this movie.
I think the convincing point is that once you make it through Thor: Dark World, then you get to watch Captain America 2, which that is a good movie.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good.
Yes, maybe the best. Aside from Infinity War and Endgame, maybe the best MCU film for me.
Definitely
for sure.
Top 5.
So wait a minute, you went for the white man and not the black man in Chadwick Boseman? That's what you're saying is the best MCU film? See, you know what? That's fine. Yeah. I'm gonna have to head out. All right.
Okay.
No.
I'm a big Anthony Hopkins fan.
Don't do this to us. We stand with the Dora Milaje.
Winston, I'm
you stand with Dora Milaje.
I'm a closet Anthony Hopkins fan, Wilson. Winston, I don't know what to tell you.
He's been pulling this over on us the entire time.
So there you go. But no, she the way we got into it is because she didn't like that I wasn't putting away dishes in the dishwasher, so this was the exchange. So now I have to consistently put away dishes in the dishwasher. That maintains her doing the MCU rewatch. So there might be something that Kristen wants you to do, Winston. Do you promise to do it if she watches Thor: The Dark World?
Nah, man. I'm what you call whipped. I'm simped. I whatever you want to call it. Like, I do what I got to do when I got to do it, and show my love and flowers when it's supposed to happen. So I don't know if I have much negotiating power in that regard, sir.
Okay. All right, that's fair. Just
acts of service, baby. It's the way to go.
Yeah. Malcolm, that was such a good silent comment for you to come in with. Wow. Malcolm only says a few things each show, but they're all pretty decent.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you.
They're not like great, they're not bad, but they're just decent.
Pretty okay, you know what I mean? No, Malcolm's fucking phenomenal. You're pretty. That's like when guys, you come out, you look so hot, you spent 2 hours getting ready, and you're like, babe, how do I look? And they're like, you look fine. Not like you look fine, but like you look fine, babe. Let's go. It's like, what?
Probably the favorite thing that I do that Kristen is like, yeah, I'm gonna really appreciate this for the rest of life is like literally every time she gets naked, I go, God damn. And she's like, yeah, that never gets old.
Yes.
Learn your partner's love language and learn your love language.
Exactly. It works. Steph, I think I see the problem with the guys you've chosen. No guy should be taking 2 hours to get ready. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh yeah, no, but this was all. I feel like I've heard this from so many women where they're like, they hear like you look fine, and it's like the last thing you want to hear.
Yeah, you gotta tell a woman she looks beautiful every single time. Yeah.
Anyway.
Know your shit, fools.
Yep.
I got two more.
You got 2
Alex Marzoña donated.
We didn't make it to 500. My heart is broken, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna get so much shit for this. All right, go ahead, Alex.
Alex Marzoña donated. What the fuck, Winston? Alex Marshall, you'll wingman it up for the ladies, but not for your boy.
Oh.
Who sent that in?
Alex Marzoña.
You sent that in? Did you ask?
I sent that in. I was like,
look, here was the thing. I didn't think you needed it. You out here in this motherfucker singing songs, getting panties wet, getting dicks hard. Like, I thought you were fine. I didn't know that you needed. If you need a wingman, you tell me what you need, sir. I'll be right there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll hit you up.
He's gonna text you right now.
This is becoming dangerously close. All right, let's.
Winston. Last one. Matthew Correa asks, Winston, what are your thoughts on the Demon Slayer movie's performance at the box office?
Beat his ass! On God! On God! No, I mean, it's dope. I'm happy for it.
All right, there. I don't think we can end it in any better way than that. All right, thank you everybody for watching this episode of SCN Live on this Monday morning or afternoon or evening, as I said, whenever you're watching or listening to us. Really appreciate it madly. It was a blast to talk about this. Hope we didn't offend any of y'all. You know, fun conversations about hard topics. That's how we are.
Donated $20.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Purple Gold. Appreciate it. We appreciate it madly. All of you taking the time to send in your Streamlabs Super Chat Schmobats, being really hyped up in the chat. It's always fun to have multiple points of views on a subject, and I hope we covered what you felt about it with whoever was speaking. So there you go. Thanks always to Steph Sabraw. Thanks to Winston A. Marshall. Thanks to Alex Marzoña. Thanks to Malcolm Schweitzer. Thanks to Christian Harlow for letting me host today. And thanks to all of you for joining us for this episode of SEN Live. We love you madly. Take care of yourselves. Do something really.
Hey, if you love SEN Live, then check out Dan Murrell's podcast, All My Movies, where each episode he pulls a movie from his personal collection off the shelf for a deep dive into the stories behind how it was made and what these movies mean to Dan and film lovers everywhere. It's Wednesdays, 4 p.m. PST. Peace.